We are live. This is UFC Fight Night 113. Nelson versus Ponzinibbio bro picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We had a pretty good weekend and last two cards. We'll start off with a tough card real quick. Justin Gaethje, this dude's a beast, man. I like the guy a lot. I know that his style is, he's about to get finished by Conor McGregor. I think Tony Ferguson can beat him too, but I mean, no one's finished Michael Johnson, dude, due to strikes, and that was a pretty impressive finish. What do you think?
Yeah, man. He showed he has a crazy chin. Kind of Homer Simpson him, is very, and his leg kicks, so one of the commentators brought up a good point that he always finishes a combo off with his leg kicks. And I thought that was starting to get to Michael Johnson at the end, that was kind of what set up that knee, kind of like fucking collapsed him with the leg kick and then kneed him in the head.
Yeah, man.
He's a beast, man. But to be honest, I don't think that kind of style is going to last very long because it's just too reckless, man. He's going to come against some snipers that are going to take him out. Like, I know for sure Conor McGregor.
For sure, McGregor will finish
McGregor for sure. Knock him out.
But, yeah, man, I think I was like minus 2 units. Go ahead.
But he's exciting to watch, so.
He is, for sure. But, yeah, I was minus 2 units on the top card, and then I was plus, like, over 3 units on the other card on UFC 213. Elias, man, it was a close fight, but, I mean, I know Tavares had, like, they said he won because Tavares had, like, the bigger shots, but Elias outstruck him, and he had more takedowns. So, I mean, it was a close fight regardless, but, hey, Brad won, so I'm not going to do anything, not argue. It was a close fight, for sure, and that's what you're going to get from Elias. He's always going to be in close fights.
Yeah. But I mean, I thought he lost. I thought it was pretty clear cut.
I'll have to rewatch it. But, yeah, it's close. I'm not going to say Elias killed him because he didn't, But typical Elias fight. Do you want to talk about anything else? Do you want to move right into this card?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the card, man.
All right, man. Let's do it. This first fight, we got Leslie Smith versus Amanda Lemos. I haven't watched that much tape on Amanda, and she's making her debut. Leslie Smith looked really good last fight. It was probably the best Leslie Smith we've ever seen. She trained with the Diaz bros. She has a lot of volume out there. She looked really good, man, in her last fight, and I do think that she is pretty good on the feet. I think that she has the UFC octagon experience, and I can't really say that much because I haven't seen Amanda. I heard a couple people say that she's good. But I'm going to have to go with the girl that has the octagon experience and looked really good last fight. So I'm going to go with Leslie Smith. What about you? No bet.
Yeah, same here. I mean, she did beat Irene Aldana, who had a little bit of hype behind her, so that was pretty good. Yeah, but she's also known for taking some pretty punishment from Cyborg. I was impressed with it. But just because you said on to the next fight. No bet for me, though, because I don't really know much about the other girl. But I think Leslie Smith might be a safe bet if you do some tape on Lemos. But I don't think it's worth it. Next fight, Brett Johns versus Albert Morales. And Brett Johns is a huge favorite coming into this. He's 13-0. United Kingdom. Albert Morales is 7-1-1, and he's a plus like 260 last time I checked. And I think Albert Morales is a pretty tough guy. He went to a war with Thomas Almeida. And to be honest, I thought that was pretty impressive for that. And then he came off of a win against Andre Sukumta, whatever. But you know what? I really think Morales is live here if he can win 2 rounds, but you never know with that hometown cooking, man. But I might end up watching some more tape, but I'm gonna go with Albert Morales for now. But don't tell me on this one. I haven't watched too much tape. I just think he's live from the fights I've seen. What about you?
Yeah, man, it's a good fight. It's a pass for me, but it is a close fight because I do think that, like you said, Morales is a very tough guy, and he has no quit in him. The dude, has a lot of fight in him. He's definitely live, but I do think that John's gonna edge it out. I think Johns has the better wrestling, and I think he could take him down. on the feet is close, but Johns looked really good, man, against Quack. And I know Morales, he looked decent against Almeida in the first round, then got knocked out. His last fight, he looked pretty good against Sukumatal. But I think overall, I think John's the better fighter. So I'm going to have to go with John's by a close decision. Next fight, we got Danny Henry versus Daniel Tamer. Now, I watched tape from this fight, and I wanted to bet Daniel Tamer because obviously he's a little brother of David Tamer. And they're both really good strikers. But, I'm going to have to pass, man, on this fight because Danny Henry's no joke, dude. Danny Henry's really good on the feet. And I know Tamer has probably the better ground game. But both these guys are really good, man. They're both making their debut. So it's a tough – I don't like betting on fights when guys are both making their debuts. And I've done it before, but, it's tricky. So I'm going to have to go with Tamer on this fight. But I'm not betting on this fight, and I do think that Henry could beat him on the feet because Tamer, his chin is a question mark. So I'm gonna have to go with Danny. I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Tamer by a 29-28 decision. What about you?
Yeah, like you said, I'm gonna have to go with Tamer just because of what I've heard, and he's a little bro. But I haven't watched much of their tape since haven't been in the UFC yet. So I haven't really been able to watch much tape on them. So, but from the hype, I'm gonna go with Daniel Tamer. But don't tell me on this one at all. Next fight, it's another fight that I haven't done much tape on. It's Charlie Ward versus Galore Bofando, and Charlie Ward is 3-2, which is I don't know. He doesn't have much fights in him. He's got one loss against Razak Al Hassan. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Charlie Ward though, just because he's got the octagon experience and the hometown. What about you?
Yeah, man. Charlie Ward is the definition of a jobber. The dude sucks. He got smoked last fight against Al Hassan. He has to take this fight to the ground because if he tries to bang on the feet, he's gonna get destroyed. I'm gonna have to go with Bofando, man. He's had a couple really impressive knockouts, and Charlie Ward is terrible on the feet, man. I know he's training with McGregor, but I mean, watch his last fight against Al Hassan, and you'll see how bad Charlie Ward really is.
Is he the guy that got knocked out like by the spinning kick and shit, or no?
He got knocked out against Al Hassan, like bad in like 45 seconds.
Sheesh.
He has a dad bod. He's old. This Bofando kid has some pretty good hype around him, man. So I think Bofando's gonna go out there and dust him.
All right, well, I'm changing my pick to Bofando. I don't give a fuck what you guys say either on fucking YouTube.
All right, man. Next fight.
I didn't know about this Zabo guy.
Yeah, man. Watch tape, man. He's pretty good. Watch tape. Next fight, we got Neil Seery versus Alexandre Pantoja. I like Pantoja here a lot. He's a big favorite, though, for a reason. Neil Seery's on his way out. He said he's going to retire, and, he's a crafty veteran. But Pantoja, I think, is better everywhere. I think he has a better grappling. I think he's better on the feet, and I like him, man. He's definitely a good flyweight, and he looked good on top, too. So I'm going to have to go with Pantoja here by a dominant decision. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, Pantoja, he's such a crafty Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist, and once he gets it to the ground, I mean, it's over, man. I think he's got a lot of potential in the 125 division. Like you said, I really think a lot of those guys from that tough show have a lot of potential, have some potential. At least the top guys, look at Brandon Moreno. I mean, he lost his first fight, and he's doing very good in the UFC. So I think this guy's gonna have a lot of potential, and it's just an up and comer against someone on his way out. I think Pantoja is a pretty easy. I'm probably considering betting on him or putting him in a parlay now that I think about it. Maybe with someone later on in the card. He's definitely someone I might want to put some money on him. Yeah, man, Siri's on his way out, man, and I like to bet against those kind of fighters.
I agree, man. Called a nice fight.
Next fight, we got Danny Roberts versus Bobby Nash. And Danny Roberts, he's just coming off. He's known for coming off that loss to Mike Perry. You know, I thought it was a pretty close, pretty good fight. He does have a chin on him, you know, and he's a good striker, man. I really think he's going to be able to beat Bobby Nash striking. You know, this guy Bobby Nash, he's lost to Li Jingliang, who I think he's a good boxer, but I think Danny Roberts is too. So I think he's just got to take some notes from his from that fight, you know, and I think he can outstrike him if he keeps it standing.
Yeah, man. Both these guys are coming off pretty big knockout losses. Danny Roberts and Mike Perry, and then Bobby Nash to Lee. I was thinking about betting and picking Bobby Nash, but then I watched more tape, and I'm gonna have to go Danny Roberts, man. I think he has a better striking, and I know he's a little chinny, but you know, Bobby Nash is too, and Bobby Nash has the better wrestling, but Danny Roberts has the better grappling. Danny Roberts is very good off his back. You saw a sub against Nate Coy, and I think Bobby Nash should go in for a takedown and get subbed. So I'm gonna have to go to Danny Roberts by a sub. Next fight, we got the heavyweight fight. We got Justin Willis versus James Maharan. I did not do that much tape on this fight, but I do know that Justin Willis trains AKA with Daniel Cormier. He has really good wrestling, man. He really does, and he's pretty good on the feet. I don't know much about James, but I know he's a good knockout guy as well. But I'm going to have to go with Justin Willis here, man. Trains AKA. You know he's going to have to get the wrestling, and I think he's going to get it done. What about you?
Yeah, like you said, I'm going to go with the guy that trains with the champ, DC. I don't know if he's a real champ, but I'm gonna have to go with him. Yeah, not for long. AKA, you know, they're all known for their work ethic. They work hard, you know, they train hard. They have good grappling, all of them, I think. And I think he's gonna use that grappling to take it to the mat and get the decision, if not finish him. So I'm gonna go with the big boy Justin Willis to get the finish. Next fight, man. I think it's one of your favorite fucking fighters in the UFC, Khalil Rountree versus Paul Craig. You know, I've been kind of at first. I kind of like to fade Khalil Rountree just because he hasn't shown much jiu-jitsu in his you know, or any kind of ground game at all. Like it's almost like once you take him down to the mat, he gives up his back and you get the choke. But I don't know. He was pretty impressive in his last fight. Like you said, he was able to stuff the takedowns. And after thinking about it, you know, I don't really think Paul Craig is really known for taking people down. You know, he does have good grappling, but he usually waits for someone to take him down, or he waits for the fight to just get there somehow. And I don't know. Most of his subs have been coming off his back, like you said before. Khalil Rountree is going to let it get to the ground. You know, I think he's going to keep the fight standing, and I think he's going to outstrike him. And to be honest, Craig is kind of sloppy in the striking department. You know, he does get hit a lot. Him and the fight with the Silva, right, was fucking a brawl back and forth. Very sloppy. They both fucking clipped each other. They both got rocked. You know, it almost seemed like Craig got rocked. I mean, they both rocked each other, and then somehow Enrique sloppily was on top of him and or arm bar with the triangle, but triangled him, and you know that sub was off his back. I do not think Rountree is gonna take him down. I think he's only gonna knock him out, and you know, if he gets down and pulls guard, I think Khalil's gonna get back up and you know, get him to stand up. And I think Khalil, like you said, man, you brought some pretty good points. I'm starting to think Khalil's going to take the fight and outstrike him, keep it standing. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I'm really going big on Khalil in this fight. I think, like, you know, you said a lot of good points, but he's definitely the way better striker. He's the bigger guy out there. Paul Craig could definitely go to middleweight. And I'm going to say this. I mean, it's a fact, but Khalil was not dedicated, man, before the Daniel Jolly fight. He said in his press conference or in the ring actually to Brian Stann after he beat Jolly that, you know, 2 weeks before the Jolly fight is when he turned it around, man. He's more focused now. He was treating all of his opponents like they're friends, and now, you know, he treats it like other guy's going to hurt him, and I like that, man. You saw the fight against Daniel Jolly. He knocked him out in 30 seconds with a vicious knee. He stuffed those takedowns. He looked the best Khalil we've ever seen. And Paul Gregg does not have the wrestling to take him down. If he tries to strike with him, he's going to get knocked out. And he's not going to be able to get it to the ground, man. So Craig's, you know, is a little chinny. Tyson Pedro, bro, dropped him twice. Tyson Pedro does not have the power that Khalil does at all. Khalil's known for a striker. Pedro's not. He's known for his grappling. And like you said, Henrique, you know, they slugged it out. Paul Craig is going to get lit up on the feet and get knocked out in the first round. So I got Khalil all day here. He's a way better striker, and he's faster out there, man. He's way faster than Paul Craig. Paul Craig's slow and flat-footed out there. You know, Khalil's not going to go for the takedown either, like Silva did. Silva went for the takedown, got subbed. Tyson Pedro, you know, dropped him twice and knocked him out with vicious elbows, man. That was in March. Paul Craig's still coming back from that brutal knockout, man. So I like Khalil here a lot, man. He's definitely, you know, going to be my biggest bet on the card. So I like Khalil all day. Next fight, actually, we got Jax Marshman versus Ryan James. We've been talking about this fight for a while, man. Marshman, you know, he's a big favorite for a reason. I want to bet him, man. I think I'm going to. But, you know, Ryan James, man, has that wrestling, man. He's underrated for sure. You know, he took down Mershart and then got subbed. But Marshman gets taken down a lot, man. He really does. He doesn't have the best takedown defense. And he got taken down in the first round, and Magnus Sillenbad held him down the whole first round, dude. And the second round, he got knocked out. But Ryan James is tough, man. Ryan James has a really good chin, dude. He really does. He's a jobber, though, but he's tough, and he keeps on coming, man, and he has that volume. So I want to bet Marshman. I'm going to pick Marshman. But, I mean, Ryan James, man, I'm telling you, man, he's a jobber, but he's tough, man. He's a tough jobber. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to bet him, man, but I'm going to be picking Marshman. But don't count out Ryan James, man, because he's super tough, and he has that volume, man. And he has the wrestling, too. So the more I think about it now, I think I'm going to have to pass. But I'll be picking Marshman. If Ryan James gets to, like, a plus 400, then I'll think about taking a shot at him. But my pick's Marshman. What about you? Marshman is the way better striker, though, by the way, and he has way more power. But the toughness and the, you know, and he's going to keep on coming, man, for Ryan James. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. But my pick's Marshman. What about you?
Marshman, man, and I don't know. I'm not really scared of James takedown. I think Marshman's been training it at a better camp now, so I think he's going to be prepared for the wrestling. He's training at Jackson's now, so he's going to have a game plan, and I think he's going to be able to keep the fights fighting, man. And your toughness is not going to win you the fight. You know, it might last you. Might keep you alive for 3 rounds, but I wouldn't count on it. And I don't think Ryan James' wrestling is gonna. I'm betting on Marshman to tell you the truth, man. I think I don't know. This is one of the guys I have my eye on in the fight, like you said. But you know, I might pass too because the line might plays out there. But I do think Marshman is gonna win the fight at pretty. If you ask me. So I might put him in a parlay with, I don't know. I want to do a 2-leg parlay probably this card, maybe 1 or 2 of them. So, because there's a lot of favorites in this card, and to be honest, I didn't really. There's maybe 1 or 2 underdogs that I like.
Yeah, man, I haven't made any bets yet because the odds came out when I was working, so I'm gonna have to make my bet soon. But I'm only feeling a couple of people, so yeah, you can check them out on both of our Twitters though. Mine's Bro Picks and his Ricky Jitsu. And our bet and make tips. But yeah, call the next fight.
Next fight.
It's Stevie Ray versus Paul Felder. This is the definition of a pick'em fight, man. It's really close. I mean, they're both minus 120. I do think the Felder is the better striker, but you do not know what Felder you're gonna get. You know, I mean, he's 1-0 at Duke Roufus, but that's against Richie, and Richie's terrible, man. One of the worst guys out there. He got cut. Before that, he's super inconsistent. I mean, he just stares at you and he gets mad. And Stevie Ray's on a big winning streak, bro. And he's really good, man, all around, man. He's a very tough guy, good striking. And I can see him out pointing to Paul Felder here, man. Stevie Ray is a good chin, too. And Stevie Ray's, you know, he's not going to stand in front of Paul Felder and trade with him. He's going to fight smart. And Paul Felder does not fight smart at all. So I'm going to have to go with the smarter fighter here. I think Stevie Ray's going to get it done. You know, if he goes to plus money, I think I'll have to take a shot on him. But yeah, my pick's Seery Ray. What about you?
I kind of like Paul Felder in this spot. You know, I do think he's the better striker. Seery Ray didn't really impress me that much against Joe Lozon. I thought Lozon could have got a. I don't know. She could have got a 10-8 one of those rounds for sure. But he did win the other. He did come back and win those other 2 rounds. So I'm not mad at that decision. I didn't have money on either of those guys, but I'm just saying it wasn't that impressive. I think he should have beat Lozon pretty easily. I mean, I guess that coming back is impressive, but I just think Paul Felder has got more tools in the striking. You know, he's got some pretty nasty elbows that he's starting to use, and Ray's kind of more of a box. I don't know. I gotta watch. I think Paul Felder's got a little bit more tools, like I said, though. But I'm probably gonna stay away unless I do a little more tape. I got Felder so far. Next fight, we got Joanne Calderwood versus Cynthia Calvillo. Joanne Calderwood, you know, she's kind of a vet, United Kingdom. She's fighting at 115 though, which is kind of a rough cut for her. She's a big girl for 115. Fighting Cynthia Calvillo from Alpha Male. She's one of her prospects or whatever the word is. She's 5-0 right now, just coming off two wins in the UFC so far, both finishes, and that's pretty impressive for a women's division. You know, granted her competition was okay, you know, but Pro is a big girl, man, and Amanda Cooper, she's all right too. You know, she wasn't that bad herself, so it's not like she's fighting. She's not fighting. They're not fighting. She's not fighting top tier, you know, but she's also not fighting these bums. Joanne Calderwood, though, is for sure going to be a pretty big step up in the competition. I think that this is the best girl she's ever fought for sure. But I do think she hasn't enough to she's got what it takes to beat Calderwood, though. It's going to be tough to do it in the, you know, over there away, you know, and but I think she can do it if she gets a takedown, and she might even get a sub. You know, Calderwood has been subbed before, so I think Calvillo is very slick. She can get the back. One thing that concerns me is that she might test her striking. You know, she was starting to test her striking against Pearl, but I don't think she would want to test her striking against Joanne. And Calderwood's got some pretty good striking. She has been able to hurt some girls, you know, and I think if Cynthia Calvillo just kind of just uses her bread and butter, she can get a submission and finish the fight. But yeah, the lines kind of sucks for this fight. I don't want to place Calvillo straight, and I don't even but I definitely think Calvillo is going to win the fight. What about you?
Yeah, man. I like Calvillo a lot here, man. I wanted to do a big bet on her, but I can't because the line's terrible. You know, she opened at -215, which is not playable, and -275, which isn't playable. I'm not going to parlay her either. So yeah, man. But yeah, she's definitely the better grappler. And JoJo, like you said, she's having a better weight cut, man. Her best fight was at 125 against Valerie Letourneau, and Valerie's a huge jobber. And you know, at 115, man, she's very, you know, she doesn't look that good, man, at all. And she's definitely the better striker here, though, for sure. But Calvillo's going to get her to the ground. She does every fight. Pearl took her down to reverse her, and she's not bad on the feet, man. She's improving every fight. So you know, JoJo's been subbed 3 times. Calvillo's going to get to the ground and tap her out. But I can't play her here, man. So I got Calvillo, but pass. The next fight, we got the main event. We got Ponzi versus Gunnar. Now, this is a very good fight, man. This is a close fight, too. It's really closer than a lot of people think. I've been going back and forth on it, but I'm going to have to go Gunnar here, man. He has looked like an animal, bro. Like, it's going to be hard to fade Gunnar, man, in this weight class. He has the wrestling. He has that movement like Conor McGregor. And he has his hands, man. He's a very good striker, man. I do think Ponzi, though, you know, has that volume, man, and Ponzi hits super hard. But once Ponzi gets taken down, it's going to be over, man. Gunnar has such a good ground game, such a good grappler, man. And that movement, dude. Gunnar's faster than Ponzi. I think he's the better striker, too. And he has the better grappling, man. But the only thing that's worried me for a bet is the volume. because Ponzi's a tough dude, and Ponzi's only been taken down against Ryan Mulheron in his debut. But he's fought a lot of strikers, though, you know. So, and Zach Cummings, you know, isn't the wrestler that Gunnar is. Gunnar is by far the best wrestler he's ever fought. And Gunnar he's an animal, man. So I can't fade Gunnar here, man. I want to. I was thinking about it at first, but I can't. But I don't know if I'm going to fade Ponzi either because of the line. So I'm picking Gunnar, though, by a sub. But as of right now, I'm passing. But I might put him in a parlay, but we'll see. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of like Gunnar a lot here in this spot. You know, he's fighting in his home, kind of really near hometown, I guess. Ponzi, kind of a one-trick pony, if you ask me. He's got a lot of volume. He's got that great 1-2. But other than his hands, man, that's all you really got to watch out for, I really think, right? Like, he's got great hands, but that's all you got to watch out for. He's got that 1-2 straight down the pipe, like people like to say that term. You know, it's a fucking straight. You know, it's all those straights that he uses, and he uses them straight. He uses them very well. You know, so yeah, he has those punches right straight down the pipe, and they're mean, man. But I do think Gunnar can counter strike him, and you know he's got very good movement. Like Connor, he trains with him. He's got this counter striking as well. He's got that karate kind of style. You know, I think he's gonna get out of the way and maybe give him a nice check hook. You know, I don't know if he's gonna drop him or not. I don't know if he's gonna be able to even want to try striking with him. I hope he gets the clinch because that's where I think he's strong. He's relentless. You know. Yeah, I think other than Damian Maia, he's probably one of the better one of the guys you got to watch out for at the 170. You know, so I think 5 rounds is going to be too much for Ponzi to handle. Man, he's just going to get subbed. I think in either the second or the third round. I just think Gunner's top game is going to be too much for him to handle. He might survive the first round, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend the takedown for 5 rounds. So I think Gunner is eventually going to take him down, and either take his back and choke him out. That's what I see. So I think I got Gunner by sub. I'm probably going to put him in a parlay.
Yeah, man. One thing I want to say is that Ponzi gets hit a lot, dude. He's been knocked out before too, man, against Larkin, you know. Gunner has a very good chin, dude. He really does. And I don't know if Ponzi is the same type of fighter Rick Story is, because Rick Story has that wrestling. He took him down, you know. Ponzi doesn't have the grappling or the wrestling to take him down. So, I'm feeling a little more confident in Gunner. So, yeah, I got Gunner. For bets, though, as of right now, I'm feeling Khalil, and that's about it, man. I mean, I might do a parlay with a couple people, maybe Marshman and Gunner. But, yeah, man, I wanted Calvillo, man, really bad, but I don't like the line. And so, yeah, man, as of right now, I'm sticking with Khalil. What about you?
Yeah, like we were talking before, I really like that parlay too with Gunner and Marshman. I was thinking about Calvillo earlier, but 270 is kind of bad, and you know, Joanne Calderwood is starting to look a little live.
Yeah, she's live for sure. Yeah, at that price, she's live. Yeah, I thought Calvillo would have been the dog.
You know,
yeah.
And Khalil Rountree looks pretty good because I like the odds. It's kind of a pick 'em fight, and I think Khalil's going to outstrike him. There's too many favorites in this card. That's why I'm kind of liking Khalil. The more we talk about it, Pantoja is not really playable, but so yeah, man. Right now the lines are looking like I might have to do a Nelson and a Marshman parlay, and you know, straight bet on Rountree like that, and you know, I kind of want to do a little bit more tape on Albert Morales and Brett Johns. You know, I want to see if Morales might be able to fucking squeeze out a win, a split decision or something like that. But I really like it.
Yeah, man, I like next week, man, a Wofford betting, man. That Long Island card is really good, dude. Weidman versus Kelvin. There's some really good fights, and I already have some strong leans already, man. I mean, I'm going to have quite a few bets on that card. And then the next card we're going to live, UFC 214. That's going to be that's a sick card right there, man. I can't wait, dude, to see Joan versus DC. So, all right, guys, we'll be back for Long Island card in a week, and I hope everyone catches.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.